friends, it's Sarah and I want to welcome you back to the Wild Pickle Press channel for children. Of course. Will you sing the welcome song with me? Here we go. welcome friends, let's learn something new from nature, art and poetry, songs and stories too. We'll cook up something oh so tasty, maybe share some tea. You're invited to imagine, feel, and wonder with me. And you are, as always. You might notice that I'm not with Quill today. Shh, he's sleeping. He takes a lot of naps. He is a cat after all. But this is my snake, Rattle. Why is she named Rattle? That's why. She is a rattlesnake. Now, we're gonna do something wonderful today, friends. You get to take a snake walk with me. That's right, we're actually gonna go out in the woods on a trail, and I'm going to show you a few things that I think are really helpful, some things that you can look for, and we might just take the perspective of a snake, meaning you're going to pretend that you're a snake so that you can see what it looks like when a human comes after you. So you can kind of see what it might be like for the snake and what they might feel like. Now, Rattle's gonna stay back. She's gonna take a nap in the sun, and you and I are going for an adventure. Ready, friends? Let's go. Hey, friends. Are you in there? Let's get ready to take our snake walk. Now, I wanna show you a few things that I always have with me just in case when I'm on the trail. First, a walking stick. That way, if I need to go off the trail or I need to gently brush through some weeds, like a doorbell to a house, I let the snakes know that I'm coming and it gives them a chance to leave before I can get to them. Another thing is my backpack. I carry a first aid kit in here. That way, if I fall and cut and scrape my legs or anything happens, I already have some things with me that will help. Another thing that I always have with me, boots. Big, hard boots. If you don't have boots, you can wear tennis shoes, some kind of sneaker, something that covers your toes. That way, if you accidentally come too close to a snake or you accidentally step on one or even maybe an insect, that way nothing will bite through it and get your toes or your foot accidentally. Are you ready to take a snake walk? Let's go, friends. When you're taking a walk on a trail, friends, I feel like the first thing to do is to make sure that you use your eyes before you use your hands and feet. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, even though you may be looking at birds and plants, the sky and everything around you, you have to also look down at where your feet are going to go. Because if a snake comes up out of the woods to get some sunshine or an insect for a meal, he's going to come from the edge of the trail. And so it's a good idea to always watch the very edge of a trail. That part is really important, friends, because snakes don't just come up in the very middle of a trail out of nowhere. They're going to come from the sides. Also, a good thing to look for, piles of wood, old logs, and even rocks. Snakes love places like that. So if you happen to find a place like that, just be really careful around there. Oop, here is a great pile of old tree. Now, I am not going to put my hands in there because something may be living in there. If you happen to see a snake, friends, there's a few things that you can do. Let's pretend right now that we happen to see one just ahead of us on the trail. You're walking along, doo-doo-doo. There's a snake. Stop. Freeze. Snakes do not want to come after you. They really don't. They're actually scared of you, and that's true, friends. So a snake is going to try to find a way to escape and get away from you. If you stop and even slowly back up, give it a little bit more space, it's going to leave you alone and get out of the way. If you leave it alone, it will leave you alone. Now the pretend snake is gone, so we can continue on our trail. Snakes also love water. So if you find any areas, this is a fantastic one, that look like you could go down and play in the mud or the water. Friends, I want you to be smart first. Have fun out in nature. You know that I love having fun out in nature, but you have to be smart too. Use your eyes, look first, before you step or grab anything. Because if I were a snake, let's get down on the ground like a snake would. Oh yeah, if I were a snake, this is exactly where I would want to go down to get to the water. So just make sure that you use your eyes before your hands and feet. And again, if you see a snake, just freeze, slowly back away, and give it space to get away from you. You'll want to do this all along the trail during snake season, friends. That's just being smart. You can enjoy nature and have a great time and have fun and feel free, but still learn to respect nature and learn to use caution on a trail. Now it's time for you to pretend you're a snake. I'm gonna come along, taking a walk as usual. Remember how I've told you not to poke at things? Step on things on purpose, throw rocks or poke your stick or anything. It may make something upset or even hurt it. And here's why. I think if you were a snake, you wouldn't like any of these things either. Now, when I come along with my great big boots and I go to step on you, that's a big boot, isn't it? What if I go to grab you? Oh, that's a big hand. What if I try to poke at you? Oh, oof. That's not nice either. And I don't have a rock, but I'm not gonna throw that at you. The point is, friends, if you were a snake, you would just be coming out of the trail, minding your own business, trying to get some sunshine or maybe even a little meal of insects. The last thing you want is a big hand or foot or stick or rock coming at you. Just keep that in mind next time you're taking a walk, okay? Think of what it might be like for the snake. Hey friends, we're all done with our walk. I hope you learned something along the way. Now go take some walks of your own. Remember, use your eyes before you use your hands and your feet. And if you see a snake along the way, freeze. Don't throw rocks at it or use a stick to poke it. Don't try to pick it up or anything else. You might end up just hurting it or making it upset, and then it might want to come after you. Remember, if you leave it alone, it'll probably leave you alone. Now, let's head back. Friends, we are back home, and Rattle has woken up from her nap. I hope you had an amazing time on that snake walk with me. I know I had a wonderful time. First of all, I love being out in the woods, but I also love learning about new things, and I like learning about snakes and ways to respect nature. So, before we say goodbye, friends, I would love if you would repeat after me. Will you say out loud, I am brave. I am strong. I am kind. I am smart. And I love who I am. And as always, I hope you love who you are, friend, because you're amazing. You're one of a kind, just like snakes and all the creatures of the wood. And that's truly an incredible thing. And so until next time, friends, Rattle and I are saying bye. Bye.